What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm sitting in hellacious traffic trying to go visit some customers. Apparently they're working on this, I can't get my camera right. Apparently they're working on this signal light up here, and so I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. So I thought I'd make a quick video because some people, I don't know if these are new people coming to the channel, because I've been sharing my old forbidden fruit content, which was a previous YouTube channel I did like 10 years ago when I was super into what they called the great debate community, which is basically a bunch of people who have nothing better to do than sit around and argue, you know, one denomination of Christianity versus the other, Catholicism versus Protestantism versus atheism. It's this whole like incredible beatdown of a group of people. I may post some of the content. I did some like debates online and some, you know, back and forth shit back in the day. But I just want to make this quick video for any of my current fans, or if somebody's coming to this channel brand new because the algorithm is serving you my video titled Catholicism Destroyed, or whatever I end up posting in the next days and weeks to come, since some of you seem to be enjoying that content. Let me just clarify something. I am not a Christian at all. I've had several people like request to debate me about Catholicism, and I'm like, debated against what? They're like, well, obviously you're a Protestant. No, I'm not a Protestant. I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in God. I believe we live in the Matrix and have no free will, that we're basically that this is a simulated universe. So you're not going to have a whole lot of fun debating me. I mean, I'll do it. I'm happy to discuss religion with anybody, but what I'm not going to do is argue about it, because I learned that lesson 10 years ago. The fact of the matter is that whatever you choose to believe about the nature of reality, whatever you choose to believe about God and the Bible and, you know, literal translation, everybody's got a different interpretation, a different denomination, some sect, some fact. The whole thing comes down to one simple point. And that is, this is the dumbest thing on earth to argue about, because none of us can prove empirically that we're right. I cannot prove that God of the Bible doesn't exist. I can't prove the Jews are wrong. I can't prove the Christians, the Catholics, the Muslims, nothing. There's no proof of any of this shit. All this, at the end of the day, all you guys are arguing about is your own subjective experience and subjective opinion of the world. That is it. And I'm happy to let you argue, because I don't care. Believe whatever you want to believe. The only time that I really have an opinion on the matter is when somebody's religion starts trespassing into the legislative system or the court system. You know, when in Texas recently, the religious right, the conservatives, the Republicans got pornography effectively banned in Texas. This is where I have a problem. For some of you in my audience, you'll know that I am not pro-life. I don't care what somebody else does to their baby. Kill it. I don't care. You can kill it in first month, second month, 10th month. I don't care if it's your kid and he's 10 years old and you're tired of dealing with him, take him out of there. I don't give a shit, man. I don't have any opinions about, or I have opinions, but I don't take any stances on what anybody does in the privacy of their own home or in their private life. So like, I have been very outspoken against the transgender movement, not because I individually or independently have problem with people who are mentally ill and think that they're a different gender than they're born. You can be free to be as mentally ill as you want to be. But the second that you try to get legislation passed that says my daughter has to get in the pool with you, that's where I have a problem. If you're going to try to get me fired from my job because I refuse to use your pronouns, that's where I have a problem. If everybody would do what the hell they want to do in the privacy of their own home and leave everybody else out of it, this world would have little to no problems in it. If the Christians stopped trying to push their religion on other people, there would be a lot less problems in the religious domain. If homosexual people would stop trying to push their shit on other people. Like, that's one of the things that's crazy in how our society has been schismed down these political lines where, like, now you've got the LGBT community thinks they should be able to paint, their little rainbow flag or their tranny flag or whatever it is in crosswalks in various cities all over the country. Imagine how they would feel if they drove into some city and there was, a Christian verse painted on the crosswalk, or there was a cross, or there was some Islamic symbol on the crosswalk. Before long, that's probably what we'll have. We'll have, like, every four-way intersection will have to have, like, an LGBT thing, a Catholic, a Christian thing, an Islamic thing. We'll just have everybody being represented, because that's apparently what all these people need, is to be acknowledged and represented. Maybe we can get like a Trinity #1 crosswalk. We can recognize all of the people who have chosen to do steroids in their lives. And see, notice how, like, roided out people, we just want to be left alone. You know what I mean? Like, we're happy to just do our little steroids, build huge bodies, get ripped six-pack abs, look better than every single person around us, and we're happy to just do that quietly on our own. We're not out here trying to pass legislation that says everybody has to go to the gym or limit how many people can go to the gym, or there's all kinds of shit things that I would love to see happen that would make my life easier and less annoying if I didn't have to deal with certain kinds of people. But we're not out here doing that. Maybe that's what we should start doing. We need to get some bodybuilder groups together so that we can start what do they call it? A special interest group, so we can start going to Capitol Hill and try to get some rights. Maybe we can get steroids legal in America, because it certainly seems reasonable. I mean, they're giving puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones to kids. I can't get some Deca, a little bit of Tren, a little bit of Masteron, so I can run my cycle. Maybe that's what we need. What is that term that I'm looking for when the special interest group lobby? We need a lobbyist. We need a roid lobbyist to go to Washington and fight for our rights to use anabolic steroids to improve our lives. We do not feel, all of us are out here dysmorphic, I think is what the trainees say. We are tired of feeling body dysmorphia because we're not allowed to legally build the bodies that we want to have. We need lobbyists to fight for our rights because no one else seems to care about them. Can you imagine? That's as absurd as I see every one of these other groups that are out here crying about shit. So I just wanted to come on here and make a quick video because I'm sitting in traffic. Now I'm not in traffic and driving around in circles making a video, so this is definitely not productive. To clarify, if you are coming to my channel new and you think that you're going to engage me in debate on some religious topic, if you think you're going to sell me on Jesus or Muhammad or whatever, it's not happening, guys. It's absolutely not happening. Because once again, I'm not even saying you're wrong. I think that's what's messing with people. They're so used to the fight. They're used to a person taking a definitive side and creating a this or that situation. The Catholics feel like all the Protestants and everybody who's not Catholic is wrong and evil. And the Muslims want to end everybody that's not Muslim. And I'm over here just like, I guess, being the Antichrist, right? Because that's supposedly what the Antichrist is supposed to be. He was actually supposed to come to bring peace. See, that's the thing. People think that Jesus is coming back to bring peace. Jesus is coming to bring war. The Antichrist, I think, is the one. And see, somebody's be like, well, actually, Mike, that's not the way it works. Dude, I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know. I don't study this. My understanding was the Antichrist, part of his game was in trying to unite people. See? That's how he was supposed to. I don't even know. I don't even know where they get these ideas about the Antichrist. It's not even in the Bible. So that's probably some more Catholic shit. Nevertheless, I just wanted to clarify and ramble and rant that I'm happy to discuss whatever you want, but I'm not going to get into arguments over what thing is right or wrong, because you can't argue something that there is no empirical evidence for. And your own subjective experience is not empirical evidence. So when you're like, well, I know that Jesus is real because I had cancer and I prayed to God that I would be healed, and I was healed, and so I know Jesus is real. It's like, Okay, good for you. Well, I had drug-induced liver injury and I thought I was going to die, and I didn't pray. I thought to myself, well, if the Matrix scripts me to live, then I'll live. And if the Matrix scripts me to die, then I'll die. And I didn't die. So obviously the Matrix is real, and the Matrix wants me to live. See how that confirmation bias works? So again, I'm not telling you you're wrong. You could be right. You could be 100% right. What I am telling you is I don't give a shit about whether you're right. You cannot scare me with hellfire or whatever consequence you think that I'm going to get from not believing in your faith. You can't scare me with, well, Mike, you would have a lot better life if you could recognize that Jesus is Lord. I don't give a shit at all. I don't care at all. If I go to hell, if I die making this video and go to hell, fine. You know what I would really like to see more than anything in the world? What would make me super, this is the happiest I would be to be wrong. Christians, if you're in the audience, I want you to pray with me right now. Okay, let's pray together. Jesus, please come back on the clouds. Please come back on the clouds and usher in Armageddon. That's what I want to see right now. What I want to see is Jesus returning in his glory and smiting all of the trannies and evildoers on earth. I want to live in a post-tribulation world. I want to be living in the Left Behind series. I want to see the cauldrons or whatever the censers and the cauldrons and the plagues and the disease. I want to see what all of you people have been talking about all these years. Christians keep telling me forever that Jesus is coming, and I lost my faith in part because I got tired of waiting on him. This world is falling apart at the seams. What is Jesus waiting for? What does it take? They are cutting the genitals off of little boys and turning them into little girls. If this is not the time for Jesus to come back, I don't know what is. So Jesus either doesn't exist or doesn't care. So pray with me that right now, the clouds will part, the trumpets will play, Christ will return on the clouds and bring his army to fight the hordes of Satan. I want to see Armageddon today. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.